Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's have a look now at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker and I'm joined, as usual, by Bloomberg reporter Chloe Millay. Good morning.
Good morning.
So the turnaround plans that HSBC has been undertaking, they seem to have been quite big winners so far. We'll get on to other turnaround plans in a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So very good results all around for HSBC this morning. So we have got a better than expected profit in 2025 thanks to strong performance in the wealth business, but also really good results at the Hong Kong franchise as well. And then the bank also said that it would hit a cost saving target ahead of schedule, 6 months ahead of schedule. So this all seems to point, as you said, to a turnaround that is paying off, that has paid off. So since taking over as CEO in 2024, George Elderry has led a really major restructuring of the bank. He's cut thousands of jobs. He's sold some businesses. Some other businesses have been merged. Some others have been closed. So a really major restructuring. And he also doubled down on a strategy of focusing on Asia. And that's proven to be also very successful. So all of that is now paying off. And we can see that in the earnings this morning. And the shares rose very strongly as a result, hitting a record as well. And that is after the market value for HSBC also broke through $200 billion for the first time in 2025. So that was a really key milestone. And this really strong start to the year that we can see today, it might signal that we might see more record breaking ahead for that bank.
Yeah, absolutely. HSBC's pre-tax profit, $29.9 billion for 2025. On a slightly different scale, but I think very interesting, Aston Martin Lagonda, they've been in a turnaround for ages, but really struggling to get there.
Yeah, very much so. But the market does love some efficiency measures. And so the shares rose this morning because the company said it would cut as much as 20% of its workforce. So that's much more than the previous round of job cuts, which was about 5% of the workforce. And Aston Martin said that would allow it to make about £40 million in savings. So as you mentioned, that's part of those turnaround efforts that are taking quite a while. And that is to kind of end those years and years of losses and reduce a massive debt pile. So the loss for 2025 was of almost £500 million. And Aston Martin also said that it doesn't expect cash flow to turn positive this year. So that will be a bit of a disappointment. It means that the company is not out of the woods just yet. It's been dealing with product delays, with a slowdown in China. But the main problem really is US tariffs, because the US is the biggest market. So that has led to 3 profit warnings this year. The latest was just a few days ago, just a few days before the earnings were released today. So for now, job cuts are making the market quite happy, but there's a lot to iron out for that company.
Yeah, okay. Then let's talk about Diageo, the drinks maker. I mean, maybe they're going to need a stiff drink after today's earnings. Can we say that?
Yeah, I think we can. They cut guidance for the second time this fiscal year. And that is going to be really the first big challenge for the new CEO who started just in January. So the problem for the company is that there's just really weak demand in the US and China. Some of it is because of discretionary spending being a little bit weaker, but some of it is also because people are really cutting back on their alcohol consumption. And so the new CEO, Dave Lewis, was appointed because he managed to turn around Tesco. So the hope was that he would be able to turn around Diageo as well. Of course, it's too soon to say whether he's set for success or not, and he will be revealing a strategy later this year, considering maybe asset disposals as well. So Jefferies analyst said that the first half was never going to be the time for Diageo's strategic reset. So we have to wait a little bit more to see if that works out. But in the meantime, that guidance cut is really hitting the shares this morning.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.